Yo, my name's Aaron and welcome to this easy beginner acoustic guitar lesson for Stand By Me by Benny King. We're going to start as usual by looking at the chords. Make sure you've got your capo on fret number 2. As per usual, let's get zoomed in. As a handy reference to you, all of the chords that are used in this song are on your screen now, as well as some slightly easier alternative versions if you can't do the full chords. I want you to first take note of the fact that the capo here is at the 2nd fret. So just be aware that that is the 2nd fret, fret 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So the first chord we need to know for this song is a G chord. Our first finger goes to the 2nd fret of the A string, 2nd finger goes to fret 3 of the low E string, the 3rd finger goes to fret 3 of the B string, and the pinky underneath that on fret 3 of the high E string. You play all the strings when you're strumming, and that's your G chord. If you're struggling to get that shape, you can do an easy G by removing the 3rd finger and the pinky, these 2 fingers here, okay, and just using these 2. And that'll give you a G6 chord. So slightly different sounding, but close enough if you're a beginner and you're struggling with that. The next chord we need to know is an E minor chord, and our first finger goes to fret 2 of the A, our 2nd finger goes to fret 2 of the D. Those 2 fingers on at the same time, strum all 6 strings, and that'll give you an E minor chord. The next chord we need to know is a C chord. Our first finger goes to fret 1 of the B string, our 2nd finger goes to fret 2 of the D string. Now you can just use those 2 fingers for a C chord, like so, okay, if you're struggling with the full C chord, but to get the full C chord, you put your 3rd finger on fret 3 of the A string as well, and you strum 5 strings. So for the easy C, you strum 4 strings, the thinnest 4, and then for the normal C chord you strum 5 strings. You don't strum the low E string. And another easy version of a C chord is C add 9, which is this one here. Very similar to your ordinary G chord, but we bring these 2 fingers down here, and that gives us C add 9. And then the last chord we need to know is D. We have an open D string that isn't fretted. The first finger comes to fret 2 of the G string, the 2nd finger comes to fret 2 of the high E, and the 3rd finger comes to fret 3 of the B string, and we strum the thinnest 4 strings. That gives us a D. And if you're struggling to squeeze those fingers in, you can remove this 2nd finger here and play a D sus2, and that'll be just a little bit easier. So all in all, G, E minor, C and D are the 4 chords used throughout this song. Let's get on to the strumming and structure. If you haven't downloaded my free beginner guitar survival kit yet, you can do so from a link at the description. Let's have a look at the strumming pattern for this song. Okay, so the original song tempo is 120 beats per minute. I'm going to exemplify the strumming pattern to you now at full speed before we slow it down. 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up. And that strumming pattern will be the same throughout. Now, we're going to slow that right down to 80 beats per minute now, which is going to make it a little bit more manageable. If you do need to slow it down any further because you're not comfortable, you can find Google Metronome on Google and put it to your desired tempo and practice it at that tempo until you feel comfortable. So at 80 beats per minute, here's our strumming pattern. 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that is the strumming pattern that we're going to use throughout this whole song, and it will get us all the way through. So the chords that we play during the intro are G, E minor, C and D, and then we go back to G for a brief moment before repeating the progression in the verse. So the intro coming in at 0 seconds in the actual song is going to be G, G, E minor, C, D, and G, and G again. So notice how our C and our D have shorter bars there. The G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. Then for the verse that comes in at 16 seconds, you just do that same chord progression again, but you do it twice in a row. And your verse, you know, when the night has come, the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we see. Okay, and so on and so forth. So that progression goes around twice. Then you get to the first chorus at 48 seconds, and it's the same chord progression again, but you play it once. Verse 2 comes in at 1 minute 4, and it's the same as the first verse, which we've already done, so the same chord progression, but twice round. Chorus 2, 1 minute 37, same as chorus 1, which is the chord progression played only once. And then you've got that string solo at 1 minute 53 seconds, and again, you just play the same as the chorus is, but you go round twice. And then last of all, you have chorus 3 at 2 minutes 24 seconds. And again, it's essentially, this is the same chord progression all the way through, but it's very, very well orchestrated, very well written. So once you get a hang of the intro, then it's just a question of knowing the structure. It's knowing where these things come in. So you can use the original song on your Spotify or your YouTube music service or whatever it is that you're using. And you can locate the timestamps that I've put here, and you can try moving through the different sections and so on. If you found that video helpful, please let me know in the comments, and check out the video that's on your screen now.